A growing number of businesses are hiring journalists to help serve news to their customers or potential clients. And I air quote the word news there because a business's definition of news is often very different than what a traditional journalist or a traditional news organization may consider news. We're not talking about robberies and fires and significant events that may be of wide interest, but news to a business may be things that are very important to that business or that industry, but have no real value outside of that industry. But people that care about that particular industry, it is news. And businesses are realizing they need experienced journalists, what is now called brand journalists or brand journalism. They need these kind of people to come in and help create compelling content on behalf of their business to serve their clients and potential customers. Brand journalism is becoming a very powerful way to connect with your customers, with your potential clients in ways that traditional media has never allowed before. With the internet, with the ability to connect directly to your customers and potential clients, brand journalism is a great way to stay connected before, during, and after a sale about your product or your service. So if you want to be a brand journalist, let me give you some tips, some basic tips here. We're talking about 5 basic tips to becoming a successful brand journalist. And I say this, a lot of this from experience. I spent almost 20 years as a traditional journalist in radio and television news, most of that in TV news. So a lot of this is the kind of things that I used in traditional newsrooms that are very helpful to brand journalists now. There's a lot of cross there, hence the term cross-digital for the name of my business. All right, here we go. Tip number 1, be useful. And I use this term a lot. If you've watched my other videos on YouTube here or read a lot of articles on crossdig.com, you know one of the keys to success for any business or brand or person for that matter trying to promote something is to be useful. It's not just good enough just to say, hey, I've got something for sale and I'm great, come see me. You've got to be useful. Put yourself in the shoes of your customers or potential clients, or what you're writing or what you're producing as a video. Is it helping them? Is it improving their life? Is it answering their questions? If it is, then it's useful. But if it's not useful to them and they're not going to care. Be useful to your customers, your potential customers and clients. Number 2, don't always write what the boss says. A lot of times, and I've seen this with clients, it's real easy coming from me, that a guy that owns his own business, but I'm telling you, just because the boss wants something done that way doesn't mean it's the right way to do it. If you've got any journalism background, you know there are certain things that have to be done and certain things you want to avoid. You don't want your stories and your videos to look like a sales ad. People can sniff that coming from a mile away. Give them something that's useful, that is real, that helps them, and as a result, in return, they will reward you, the business, with sales and the opportunity to buy products from you. Be useful to them, and they will return the favor. Number 3, be flexible. This is very typical in a lot of your traditional newsrooms. When breaking news happens, you have to respond. Well, what if some big merger happens in your industry? What if something happens inside your own company? Is it breaking news? If so, be flexible. Don't stick necessarily to your game plan, your marketing plan, but be willing to go out and do something about that story. Post a story quickly. Say, hey, we're following this developing story. We know it's important to you, what's happening about this product or service that we offer. There's some changes involved. We'll continue to monitor this and update you. Make it feel like you're helping people. Again, you're being useful by being flexible in this instance. Number 4, the story is never perfect. Your story will never be perfect. It's typical that way for all. We're human. We can't be perfect. We're going to be imperfect. So understand that coming in. If there's something you don't know, say it. Hey, we don't know this at this point, but we're working to try to find out the answer. That's a human response. You're trying to help. And get help. Get someone to proofread your work. If you're doing this by yourself, chances are you're going to make a mistake. I've certainly done that. We all have, because we're human. Get the team involved, and everyone comes up not only with great ideas, but make sure that we don't make any mistakes along the way as well. And 5, and I just kind of alluded to this, but brand journalist, it's a team effort. You are not a solo person. Even though you might be the only brand journalist in your company, the ideas, the whole responsibility, that's all a team effort. When I worked in TV news, we met twice a day as a newsroom to discuss what stories we wanted to work on. Everybody pitched ideas, and then we, as a team, decided which stories we wanted to work on for the day and cover. Well, the same should be for the company. Everybody, from the CEO and the president all the way down to the people that answer the phones at the front office, everyone needs to be a part of this process and offer suggestions. These are the people that you're trusting with growing your company. They should be a part of the process of growing it digitally as well. Team effort equals team success there. Have you got any ideas on how to be a brand journalist? I would love to hear from them. Shoot me a video message, email me back, contact me at crossdig.com. Let me know what you think, and I'll share those in future updates. Thanks.